Everybody, welcome back to the Paste Studios. We are live with a very special guest. We're here with KT Tunstall. KT, thank you for being here.
My pleasure. It's great to be here.
Yeah, thank you for taking time out of what sounds like it's been a very hectic tour schedule.
It's
You've
been
had
crazy.
a ton of dates leading up to today. Just playing tonight out at Coney Island, and there's a ton of dates with Bare Naked Ladies going all the way through the middle of July. So thanks for taking the time to be here with us.
It's great. It's just wicked to be back in New York City. So I'm delighted to come and say hi. It's cool.
So you've got 3 songs to play for us today. Can you tell us a little bit about the first one you're going to do?
So the first one I want to play for you is an acoustic version of a full-on rock track that I recorded on an EP before my last record called the Golden State EP. And it was this really kind of raucous, visceral rock track that I wrote called Healer. And that track has actually been the catalyst for this new record that I've written, which is coming out in the fall. And I've got an acoustic version that I'd love to play, but this song really kind of connected with my live audience as a rock track and brought something out in me that, I don't know, felt like it had been a bit dormant. And it's just all about electric guitar and sweat, basically. And so I've got my little acoustic Supro amp setup going on, which I think will be a really cool version of it. This is called The Healer.
Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing it. Thank you for arranging it like this for us today in this setting. So we'd love to hear it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us in that arrangement. How do you like the way that arranges?
I
like
love
this? It
that
sounds great to
arrangement.
me.
I recorded it once before. I've done a couple of acoustic records. It's called Acoustic Extravaganza was the first one. I did a second one with my band that I played the tour for Kin, the last record. And we did a recording of that for Acoustic Extravaganza 2, and it's wicked. I love it. Love it, love it.
Well, it sounded great in here.
Thank
I've never
you.
had the pleasure of hearing it live in the full-on arena rocker arrangement, but
it'll blow your trousers off.
everybody, the tour dates are, of course, up at kttunstall.com. There's a show tonight out at Coney Island if you happen to be in Brooklyn or anywhere in the area. And dates with the Bare Naked Ladies coming up all through July 15th. And then you're out on the road again through August and September with Simple Minds.
Yeah, I've got an amazing summer. So August, September, I'm opening up for Pretenders and Simple Minds. So it's just a total dream. They're just the two bands that I grew up listening to, and they're both of them are just forging ahead. You know, they're really hungry still, writing great new music, and still out on the road just killing it as live acts. And you know, for me, that's very inspiring. Seeing a couple of bands that have been going since the 70s that are just still completely, fully relevant, and particularly Chrissie Hynde. She's just the huge hero of mine, so it'll be a real honor opening up for both of those bands.
Yeah, well, enjoy all those dates. I'm jealous.
You.
That sounds outstanding.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about? We're gonna play Tom Petty cover next.
Yeah.
And can you tell us a bit about what led you to record that song now, and also what led you to record with the artist that you did? I know you played with Mike McCready
so I was
and Leah
over the
from
moon
Thunder Pussy.
over the moon to get into the studio with guitar legend Mike McCready from Pearl Jam, and he's also been doing a lot of work. He's really, really supportive of female musicians, which is great. And he's been working with this fantastic Seattle band, which I know you guys are aware of, Thunder Pussy.
Yeah.
And Leah Julius, who's actually the bass player in Thunder Pussy, came in and played drums on the track with us because she's rad and can play everything. And Mike and I had met a few years ago and just really got on, and had always said that we wanted to do something together. And with Tom Petty's passing, and both of us just being such huge fans of his, and him being an extremely important formative part of our artistic lives, we just wanted to do something to honor him as a shout out. But also, I Won't Back Down is just, it's sad that it's such a relevant song still for people all over the world who are now galvanizing to stand up for what they believe in, and it's really working. It feels like it's a very positive moment in time where people power is actually taking effect and changing policies and changing the way people are thinking. And so we asked fans to just send in pictures and videos of them going to protests and marches, and it's pretty emotional. And I'm in there, Women's March in DC, so I was glad to be in the video. But it was phenomenal working with Mike, and also just having the freedom to jump in a studio and take a classic song and try and do something a little bit different with it, while obviously still honouring the original. And it's just such a powerful song.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've had the pleasure of seeing the video, listening to the studio track, and the sound check has sounded outstanding so far.
Thank you.
We would love to hear it.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. When the big old world keeps dragging me down, I will stand my ground. Well, I stand my ground. I won't be turned around. When the big old world keeps dragging me down, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey,
Yes, that is.
I'm sorry, Tom. I got a line wrong. Okay, it's early.
Well, it sounded great out here. Love the song. Love your treatment of it. Thanks for coming
Thank
and
you so
sharing that
much.
with us.
Cheers.
Yeah, that was great. So you've got a third one to play, and the third tune is from Kin, the most
from the
recent
last
full
record.
length. Can you tell us a little bit about the series that Kin started and where the next one potentially falls into the context of what you're doing right
sure.
now?
So I made Kin after a pretty major unplug from everything. I had crazy stuff happen in my life. My dad passed. I got divorced. It was just, I'd ended up kind of unhappy and needed to work out what had gone wrong. And so I really kind of felt like Keanu Reeves waking up in the plasma ball in the Matrix. I was like, oh, this is my life. And I needed to sort it out. So I took some time out and kind of cut off from making records for a bit, and then surprisingly quickly came back with Kin, which was partly inspired by moving to California and listening to Tom Petty and listening to Fleetwood Mac and reconnecting with my love of really big pop rock melodic choruses, which I hadn't sort of been doing for a long time. And it felt like a bit of a return to the essence of what I do best. And once I started out on that tour for that record, I was sitting in a park in Nashville and just had this vision that I should do a trilogy, that it should be soul, body, and mind, and all 3 records, 3-letter titles, all connected. And Kin was the soul record about kind of overcoming that difficult stuff in life and sort of being really grateful for going through that to make you a wiser person. And then this next record is all about the body. And I haven't shared the title yet, but it's 3 letters, so you can have a guess. But it's it's produced by Nick McCarthy, who was in Franz Ferdinand. It's a real rock record, and it's about physicalness. It's about the spirit soaring up here, but we've got to live in this meat vehicle, as Kurt Vonnegut would put it. It's like this weird meat suit that we have to deal with, and we're flawed, and we make mistakes, and we feel things, and we have cravings, and it's all about that kind of realness of being a human being. And at the same time, it's sort of it's got pretty sexy electric guitar at the heart of it all the way through. So I'm really excited about it.
Well, good for you for taking that time off to unplug and to recharge and to all that. And it's amazing how there are some places, whether it's Laurel Canyon, whether it's Venice Beach, whether it's Sedona, Arizona, that can really help to get you back on track and remind you of some of those things you may have forgotten over time.
And you just think, if you don't do that, your mental health is just, who knows what happens to you. And it's very easy to kind of get lost doing this, and that playing music is who you are, and I don't think that's. I knew that wasn't good news when I felt like I actually don't know who I am away from this thing that I've been doing for 14 years, where everybody sees me as this musician, and I want to do music. I don't want to be that, So it feels like I'm writing from a place now, which is a lot. I don't know. It just feels super honest, and I've got a connection to myself and how I feel about the world and life and me and other people.
It comes across here too. So thank you for doing it. Thanks for coming and sharing these songs with us.
I'm delighted
we'd love to hear the third and final song off of Kin.
Absolutely. So this one is, I always like to think that there's sort of a gateway song to an album, where it's like the sort of mission statement of what the record is all about. And on Kin, this is the song that kind of described everything, the whole theme of the record. And this is called "It Took Me So Long to Get Here, But Here I Am." I Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much for coming and playing these songs with us. They sound great. You're playing tonight out at Coney Island with
Island!
Bare Naked Ladies, with
The
Better Than Ezra.
Warriors!
And there are, that's right, come out and play. Yay.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there are dates with the Pretenders. There are dates with Simple Minds coming up in August and September.
And I'll for sure be back in the fall for a headline tour. In the
Come
US,
back
which
here.
will be-
Hopefully we see you here in this
Oh,
room
yes.
when that happens. We would love to host
I will
you
be seeing
anytime.
New York City for
Standing
sure.
offer. So
Yeah.
thank you again for coming
Thank
by
you
and
so
playing
much.
these.
Cheers.